often pondered ever since then why it is that we stop in our tracks in the midst of our confusing and often very busy worlds, and in the midst of silliness, and even in the midst of burdens, in the midst of our struggles, and in the midst of our defenses. Why in the midst of all of that do we stop and become most still when we catch a glimpse of just how much God loves us? When we recognize that God holds and values us with great esteem. When we get a sense that, like Anthony de Mello, the great Jesuit who taught much about prayer, offered to people who were seeking to know God, he asked them in their prayer to behold God, beholding them and smiling. Behold God beholding you and smiling. I love that image of God's hands. I love that image of God's hands holding me, and I love it more when I actually feel or sense that embrace of God, that hand in mine, that hand leading and guiding me. When I let God behold me, when I let God behold me. I love those moments when I'm caught off guard by the generosity of God all about me. Years ago, my brother, my older brother, is 8 years older than me, sent me a card. Now, my brother is not Mr. Hallmark. And out of the blue, I get a card, and on the cover of this card was a picture, of an actual print of hands. And clearly, they were not easy hands. They were harsh hands, strong hands, those of someone who worked very hard. And those hands showed and represented the stuff of life, clearly the work of life. Those hands and my brother's love near me at that moment were so important to recognize. And it made me think of this image of being held in God's hands. That card, those hands, Tommy's love, I always keep near me for over 20 years. It was and it is for me an SFG, a sign from God, that I am loved, and that even in the midst of the struggle of life, struggle can be, and very often is, love.